debating whether or not I should turn this into an actual video or like do another live stream like I am now. I'll be there in a sec. I just want to share this to my Twitter and inform everyone. There we go. Let's get this started. Whenever it wants to load up. Anytime now, there we go. If I remember correctly, I finished the last stream off like just arriving to the dock at the front of the Pembroke hospital. Why is it taking so long? Come on. There we go. Got scared. Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Yeah, so we're just out the front of it.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the secret of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Yes, I know all this.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Okay, now I'm actually going to release him just so that I can get more XP from killing
No
him
more.
later.
Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go. But no famished hunter can run for long.
I just realized I spelled the fucking title wrong.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I need to change the title, the way this title's spelled, because right now I have it spelled like B-R-O-O-K. We're gonna, yeah. I don't know if I restart the app, it'll fucking... There we go. Now it's working.
Last summer's epidemic was difficult.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What
Tell
can
me
you
about
tell
the
me
staff.
about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
Said I earned a hint with them. Maybe it's under...
What is the Pembroke Hospital
I don't know.
situation?
This
It's
stone.
what?
Some are
Fascinating.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
I didn't even bother to check up around over here. This is where that clay cock should be now, if I'm not mistaken. I can't open that box. Can get the stuff out of that though. Damn it. Nothing I can pick up. Yeah. Thought I saw something glowing. Like, flashing, glowing. Oh, Brannigan.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Well, then how come you said most?
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct,
No.
but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Get out the way, John.
We have no effective treatment for this influenza. We are horrifically...
I got a new
Good
hint for
evening,
him.
Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed,
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
Oh, for
No.
fuck's sake.
We must keep on healing all those poor
Friggin'
souls.
update.
We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Well, they don't even get a thing off it anyway.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
I've really been one to use a gun in this game.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Okay, so how do I get that shit off the screen?
Goodbye, Milton.
Yeah, I've never really been one to use a gun in this game. It takes too long to reload. I like hitting people with my bat thing, whatever.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor.
It really
The cross
is.
no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
The girl he was talking about is through that door.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you? I'm Dr. Reed. You guessed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... If I don't
was your stay
skip
with
past
us,
at
Mr.
least a
Elwood?
few lines,
Can I ask? It's the pain.
it's gonna take
Can I do
forever.
anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me
Who is treating you?
nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurt so much more when I
Where were you?
I really don't want...
No offense. I was pushing too much.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Much tea. Why not check that
Goodbye
again?
for now.
Disgust on every
Okay, okay.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr.
Your name has no meaning.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for?
You keep
Well,
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul. Or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Let me have a look at the book.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
And I'm
Well...
How would you...
It's soup.
You must...
Sorry.
Nurse
I wish...
How long?
Or long...
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is...
Not well.
Why...
Milton's...
Why does Milton...
I don't...
Goodbye.
Hate it how it's white when there's like nothing else new that you can do with them in terms of speech.
So many
Oh, give me a sec.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Anything else?
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good. I see.
Okay, let's just.
Are
I'm
you?
gonna start
Are you
doing
another?
this for the most of them now.
I was. Strict. What? I. You. What about she died? Tell me what happened. The German. I would love. I would. Goodbye for now.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good. I'm Doc.
I'm bit.
What?
No.
I.
Yeah. I'm.
What do you?
I.
Is
Some of.
Tell me.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
She managed.
She.
Yes. I don't.
You're.
Are you?
I am.
All my.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goss. Good evening.
No,
Really?
I don't want.
I suppose.
Yes.
Could you at
Moved.
What? Pembroke.
That's
How?
so.
I'm no. I see.
Yes, mate.
How?
So, Pip.
I'll let.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Doctor, I am. Please, I'm. What made you? This. I'd rather. As long you're not the. What can you well it? I can quest true. Do you? Well, do you want? Oh no, I see. Tell me what it effect. Do you think all I tell off but because he Goodbye, Dr. Str.
We got a new hint for him now.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick. Good evening. Tell me how's you Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
They lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
Good evening, sir.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed. Let us... Doctor...
I'm... There is no need.
That is...
Since carelessness.
We're here.
I don't...
Modern...
Tell...
Strictly...
Are you...
Harvey...
And
right...
What... I really hope...
I'm not the...
I don't... And what...
I said...
Be careful.
I only...
This is...
You see...
It's... We cannot... Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening.
Good evening.
But
we said.
Goodbye, nurse. Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Not what you know. Do you? Yes? What? Because... What? It was... Are you a fight?
Yeah, again, I'm sorry about this. I just...
How did you get after...
After a bit, it does get a bit tedious.
I don't... When we're funny... Yes. Who? I'm... What with the... No, do you... I don't... Do you... As quite... Yes. So, no, you're all... No, doctor. Goodbye, Miss...
Nothing I can do on there.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes.
Now I get to
Relegated
put
the
on
shadows.
this.
A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Alright, oh yes. I just like this look. Press RT.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Well, if that's the case, then... I did get a hint for him. For this dude down here.
A giant morgue disguised as a hospital.
Good evening, Mr. L.
Eve.
Why did
I wasn't... Come on.
You know you can't hide forever. One day you'll have to face your loved ones. Until that day, you have no chance of real...
They changed his face. It wasn't as fucked up before.
Trenches. It's shameful enough to be alive with these
No,
stupid
it was...
scars.
It's not as fucked up now.
I don't want my children to see me like this.
Yeah. Either that or he's just got a better angle on his face, but I feel like they changed it up.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
How?
Wait,
aren't you?
She's quite... How much? And it's a... You...
You told us. How?
What do you... She does. She's a...
Goodbye for now.
A giant morgue disguised as a hospital. That's Pembroke.
There's one thing I like doing in this game, it's... Whenever I embrace someone, I have to do everyone I can, all at the same time. Yeah, that way it feels like a feast. Okay, so what do I want? I can't upgrade that right now, so that's my health. Why do I need to get this one? Level 5. And stamina, it's good to get that up at the start. And that should do me for now. That's all I can do.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
We'll get to that.
I not want to make way to doctor. I have patients to attend.
Hey, shut up.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
I went the wrong way. Come on, camera.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Shit. Fuck. Heals. Heals. No, I want to stun him so I can get back. Oh god. Oh Jesus. I just want to stun so I can heal. Get the blood through heal. Fuck. See, this is why I like the baton. Okay, it stuns as well as does damage, so I can... like the proper bat. Damn, dodge late. Milton and whatever her face is. Pippa.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
That's just fun to do.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah, that's right. I only went that way so I can get the photo. So I can... Nope. Also, I just realized I'm not using the right fucking weapon. No, I always used a hacksaw before I discovered that the other weapon's good. Why do I keep running into walls?
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that must prove itself useful.
Fuck! The fuck? Damn it! Bitch. Yeah, drop your guard. Fuck. Fuck me. No, fuck you.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Oh, it's gotta be there. Okay. Wrong fucking button. I want to try the Dragon's Bane sword. Just quickly. Because that weapon feels slow. Well, we'll give it a shot. And I went the wrong way.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Shit. Oh, fuck. Don't you fucking dare.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't trade.
Yeah, it's fucking raining again. That's
The chest was originally
not something that
to
happens
perform
every
the
day.
operation. A puncture. Scientific. It's locked, all right.
Come on, stamina. Oh, fuck. Shit, I'm looking too much at my health. Easy.
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger.
Oh, you're gonna face, John. Don't even worry about it, dude. You'll eat all of the people. Oh, shit. Just realized I need the blood. Motherfucker. Yeah, stunned him to death. Nah, fuck, that's right. Is it? Yeah. Let's go upstairs and make the thing. Treatment for fatigue, right?
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Well, that is going to do it, guys. Thank you to anyone who showed up for the stream or is watching it afterwards. Just a reminder to leave a like and subscribe if you want more vampire content. I'll do it every Saturday. Saturday afternoon, sometimes Saturday. Yeah, just leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Cheers.